Okay, so this is a real fun video to shoot, so I'm really glad you came to join me on this one. This is a common issue just about 100% of the time, everywhere I go. And that is, Brian, how can we get better patient compliance with their plan of care? How can we get those patients in the schedule and stay in the schedule? Ever since Obamacare and the increased deductibles, the increased financial burden being placed on the patients, it has become more and more difficult for us to get the care that the patients need to the patient. So here you go. Here's a couple tricks. Here's a couple secrets that have been proven effective. These aren't guesses. I'm not throwing it at the wall hoping it sticks. This is stuff that we've put in practices all across the country and have had great results with it time and time again. First, you have to coach and train your patients and your therapist. Your therapist has to realize that it is really part of their job, and it's part of their hat, if you will, to educate the patient on how important it is for them to come in for their physical therapy. They literally have to write a PT order. And yes, I mean what I'm saying, a PT order. We've created what's called a PT patient frequency slip that is really an order slip. So when the PT is done with the patient's eval, sits down with the patient and says, okay, Mrs. Smith, so based on my experience, my expert advice on resolving this condition with you on this knee issue, this total knee or this knee injury that you have, is for you to come in for the next 4 weeks, scratch that. My advice is for you to come in for the next 2 weeks, 3 times a week, 2 times a week thereafter until we're done. We're going to wrap this up in about 4 to 6 weeks. So the PT is going to write an order starting at 3 times a week, transitioning to 1 time a week over the next 6 weeks. And he's going to tell the patient, we have milestones and goals that we want to reach along the way. But we're only going to reach them if 2 things happen. One, if you're compliant with your home exercise program that I give you at home, because I'm assuming you're doing that at home so I can do different things here. And 2, if you're compliant in making every visit. Because every visit you make here is a step further in the direction of resolving your condition. So I'm really counting on you to do those 2 things. If you can do that, I'm going to write up this PT frequency slip, and I'm going to write exactly what I want, 3 times a week for 2 weeks, 2 times a week for 3 weeks, 1 time a week for that week after. And let's have you take this up to the front desk and schedule according to this. And if you stay on that schedule, I'm feeling very confident we're going to resolve your condition in quick order. So that is the secret to getting success with your patients. It's actually issuing them an order, handwritten, that they deliver to your front desk, so your front desk doesn't have to work so hard to keep them in the schedule. So if you like this and you want to hear more, go ahead and just give us some feedback in the comment section below, or give us a call at 410-384-9242.